How are you, Miss Donna?
I am doing wonderfully, thank you.
Welcome at Vital Energy Occupational Therapy Wellness and Rehab Center. I'm Hima Dalal and you are Miss Donna Spear.
That is correct.
Miss Donna came to us in March of this year with the problem of migraine headache and neck pain and stiffness as a secondary diagnosis, but her primary diagnosis was a foreign accent syndrome, which is a very rare condition, correct?
It's very rare.
And who had diagnosed you with that?
Dr. Sovik Sin, who is my neurologist, diagnosed me. I am told that there are a total of only 75 people who have been diagnosed with this condition in the last 100 years.
And then you were featured on WIS National News Channel too. With
yes,
this diagnosis.
WIS, and I have been on a couple other syndicated national programs.
Okay, and the problem that after the evaluation, what I found out was you had a severe migraine headache, and that migraine headache turned into a loss of speech, and then when she started talking, you had an accent like you were from Eastern Europe, and you are born and raised in South Carolina,
That's
correct?
Right. Yeah. I'm a Southern girl.
Okay. And did that bother you a lot that you had an accent, or did it bother you that you had a headache?
Well, a little combination of the two, but the main thing when it first happened was the accent, because people who knew me as a Southern woman, and then to have this accent, of course you have people prejudging you and you don't know how to deal with it, which adds more stress that I had on top of the stress I currently had. And so the accent was probably the biggest issue for me in the beginning.
So over here at Vital Energy, we have a combination of traditional therapy and complementary therapy, and we use muscle energy treatments like reiki, we use cranial sacral therapy, we use different meditation techniques called Shivyog meditation, and we do low-level laser, interferential current treatment, manual therapy. We combined everything for you.
Yes.
Correct? And the ultimate goal was to give her confidence back, give her pain-free life. And the journey has been very, very interesting. She had some very good emotional releases which really helped a lot. What had happened that in her childhood, she had suffered from some emotional traumas and some abuse, and which was a memory that was sitting behind and it was hidden, and she had put it in the past and she was just living her life. And suddenly when she had a migraine headache, all these memories came to the surface, and she had an accent, and she had a lot of stress. All this changed as soon as this emotional trauma release came. She started accepting herself, she started loving herself, she had more confidence, and one day she calls me, "Miss Hima, I have my accent gone and I'm talking normal." And it was a very big pleasure, surprise to see that happen. Her headache had started subsiding, but to get lose the accent was a very good progress. But unfortunately, next day she comes and she has the accent back and she's very depressed. We start our cranial sacral therapy again, and we discover again that that was associating herself with the person who had a low self-confidence, who didn't accept herself very well, and who was always fearful. So she was trying to cling on to the accent because that gave her a new personality. And of course she had a migraine headache which were subsided and almost gone, except some neck stiffness left. So that has been a very interesting and good journey, and it shows us that anytime there is an emotional trauma, sometimes the memory gets hidden up, but it can come back to the surface with any type of injury. It can be a fall, it can be a traumatic injury to the head, or it can be migraine headache where the blood just rushes into your brain suddenly and wakes up some memory. But so far it has been a very good journey, and my message to people would be, any problem is treatable and any problem can be addressed if you are willing to address it, and if you're willing to accept it the way it is, there's nothing wrong.
This is
And,
true.
and
If you had told me, since I have the migraine since I was 9 years old, if you had told me that I'd be going this time period without the, the frequency of headaches, the frequency of stress, being that I'm in education, I would have thought you were crazy to tell me this because I just didn't think it was possible.
thank you very much, Miss Donna, and I have enjoyed treating you. And this is a message to anybody who is suffering from any type of a brain injury, traumatic brain injury. There is a solution. Thank you.